Hello students, it is the last session from the lesson heat. What we have discussed in the last sessions or in the previous sessions. In the previous sessions, the first part we have discussed what is meant by heat, the difference between the heat and temperature. That means temperature is a parameter by which we can measure the heat, but heat is a one kind of energy. Then we move towards the next point, and within that one we have discussed the latent heat of fusion, then latent heat of vaporization, then the dew point, then the specific heat, and last point we are dealing with, that is exchange of heat. See, what is meant by exchange of heat? When two objects of different heat, when they come in contact with each other, definitely there is an exchange of heat. Who will exchange? Those who having the object which having more heat, it starts to give that heat to one another object which is little cold as compared to that hot object. Here one is a gainer and second is a loser. Who is a loser? See here, wherever we having the hot object, that object starts to lose the heat, and that heat will be absorbed by cold object. And when this hot object is losing the heat, definitely what will happen? The temperature, as heat energy is decreasing, temperature of this hot object starts to decrease and temperature of cold object starts to increase. Why temperature has decreased here? Because it started to lose the heat. And why temperature of cold object has increased? Because it is absorbing the heat from the hot object. At which point or till which point this exchange will be continued? When both the objects will have same energy or same heat, that means same temperature, at that point there will be exchange of heat, and after that one there will not be exchange of heat. Then suppose this object having temperature of 80 degrees Celsius getting, and this having near about 50 degrees Celsius. So what will happen? There will be exchange of heat, and when they having the both, what is the difference? Difference is of 30 degrees Celsius. So when both the objects will reach 75 degrees Celsius, 65 degrees Celsius, and here is also 65 degrees Celsius, at that constant temperature both objects will stop the exchange of heat, because now heat is equal. Wherever difference is there, then only we having the heat exchange. But see here, when these both objects are in the atmosphere or in the open area, definitely what will happen? There is an exchange of heat, or along with cold object, atmosphere or air particles also starts to absorb the heat. So what should be there? This demonstration will be in air resistance box. So what is this one? This one is a box which provides the air resistance. That means the heat from outside will not come inside the box, and the heat or whatever may be the temperature will be having within this box, it will not go out of the box. So whatever may be the exchange, that exchange should be in between these two objects. That means hot object and cold object. So what will happen now, or what will be the result here? When air resistance box is there and we are conducting this demonstration in between hot object and cold object within the box, then hot object starts to lose the heat and cold object starts to absorb the heat, and now exchange of heat is in between only two objects. And when there are two objects, not any other particles or any air particles or other objects, whatever it may be, are not present there to absorb the heat, then heat exchange will be in only two objects. One is a gainer and second is a loser. Now, hot object is a loser and cold object is a gainer of that heat. At that time, see, only two people are there. I having 100 rupees and someone having 10 rupees only. So who having more rupees? So I having the more rupees. So there is an exchange in between only these two people. So how many lost by first person, that will be gained by the second person, or the person who having or who gaining the money getting is equal to the person losing the money. So like this one here, heat energy lost by hot object is equal to heat energy gained by cold object. When this experimental activity we are conducting in the air resistance box, then only. So when we are conducting this activity in air resistance box, then heat energy lost by the hot object is equal to heat energy gained by the cold object. And this is called as principle of heat exchange. After discussing the principle of heat exchange, we are moving towards the next example and our next point, and that is measurement of specific heat. How to measure the specific heat of a solid object. This method is also called as mixing method, where we are using calorimeter. See, how is a calorimeter that we have learned in the previous standards? I think in the 8th standard we have learned this one. See, this is a calorimeter. So what is here? It is made up of copper. As calorimeter made up of copper, so whatever may be the mass, specific heat and change in the temperature of copper will be of this calorimeter. So here we having inside this one, what is there? Copper vessel is there, and this copper vessel has fitted into air resistance box. So outside lining is an air resistance box. These are the supports to this calorimeter. It is made up of copper. Within that one we having thermometer to measure the change in temperature. Here we are having one stirrer to mix the water, because hot water and the water which is going to lose this heat. See here we having the copper vessel. Copper vessel is supported by the air resistance material. So totally air will not, that means temperature will not go out of this calorimeter, and outside temperature will not affect this calorimeter. So here we having stirrer to stir the water, here having one thermometer to measure the temperature, and here the red color indicating, or this part indicating the hot object which is get insert within this water. So it is totally filled by water. See, so how many are there? So first is calorimeter is there, second water is there, and third is hot object present within that water. So see here, heat absorbed or lost is depend on mass of object. In the last session we have discussed, it is heat absorbed or lost by an object is directly proportional to mass of object. First, heat absorbed. If you want to prepare a 1 cup of tea, then it will take the less time or less energy. But same activity you are going to do for 100 cup tea, definitely it will take the more time, because it will absorb the more heat. So heat absorbed is directly proportional to mass of object. Then it is directly proportional to C, means specific heat. If specific heat is more, it having more capacity to absorb the heat. That means to increase the temperature of that object by 1 degree Celsius, it will consume more heat. And the delta T means change in temperature. If you want to heat the water from 10 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius, and second 10 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius, where is the difference more? In the second activity, and so in the second activity heat absorption will be more. So after heat, this equation is equally used for heat absorbed or heat lost. So see here, so how many objects are there? There are 3 objects. One is a hot object, second is water which is existing calorimeter, and third calorimeter which is made up of copper. So who is the loser? Who will lose the heat? Who having the more heat? The hot object having the more heat. So L means loser, hot object or hot solid object, because we are going to measure the specific heat of this solid object. And who are a gainer? Because we know that when this experiment is done in air resistance box, then heat lost by the hot object is equal to the heat absorbed by the cold object. So how many cold objects are there? 2. So gainers are 2. First gainer is water, and the heat absorbed by that water is Q1, and heat absorbed by calorimeter because it is in contact with that water, so it also will absorb the heat. So calorimeter's heat absorption is Q2. So see here, as this formula we are focusing on objects. First is hot object. When we consider this one is a hot object, mass of that hot object is m. Consider for formula. The specific heat capacity is C, and change in temperature delta T, because hot object temperature will decrease, so that change. Then water's mass is m1 if its specific heat capacity is C1, and delta T is T1 is the change in the heat. Then calorimeter's mass is m2, and specific heat of that calorimeter, that means copper, is C2. Then change in temperature is delta T2. Then how will you express this one? Here it is a loser, so heat lost by hot object is equal to mass of hot object into specific heat of mass hot object into change in temperature of hot object. Now second, Q1. What is Q1? The heat absorbed by water. Heat absorbed by water is equal to mass of water into specific heat of water into change in temperature of water. What is Q2? Q2 is heat absorbed, because it is gainer, heat absorbed by calorimeter. Heat absorbed by calorimeter is equal to mass of calorimeter into specific heat of calorimeter into change in temperature of calorimeter. Now this one is a loser, so it will lose the heat, and both will absorb it, and as the principle of heat exchange, whatever may be the heat lost by this hot object will be gained by these two objects, and so we can represent here heat lost by hot object is equal to heat gained by water plus heat gained by calorimeter. So by using this equation specific heat of solid objects can be calculated but for that, if you want to know the specific heat of that hot object, so remaining thing you should know. You can take the mass, you can measure the the change in temperature, but for that, see here, it should be known. What should be known? Specific heat of calorimeter and specific heat of water. If you have, then only we can measure the specific heat of hot object. So by this method, we can calculate the specific heat of solid objects by mixing method by using the calorimeter. Let us discuss one example based on the specific heat measurement. See here, what is the question? What is the question here? A copper sphere of 100 gram mass is heated to raise its temperature to 100 degrees Celsius. Now the copper sphere temperature is 100 degrees Celsius and released in water of mass 195 gram and temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. In a copper calorimeter, if the mass of a calorimeter is 50 gram, what will be the maximum temperature of water? See now, temperature of water is 20 degrees Celsius and this water is in calorimeter. So in between calorimeter and water there will be heat exchange, and now temperature of calorimeter is equal to temperature of water. So consider that is 20 degrees Celsius. Is it clear? Okay. Now there is a heat exchange in between that hot object on the one hand, because it is a loser, or heat lost by that, there will be heat lost by the hot object, and the gainers are two. Which are the gainers? First is the water and second is a calorimeter. So there will be heat exchange in between, at one side that hot object, on the other side water and calorimeter. So see, then temperature of hot object will decrease. So who is going to decrease the temperature? This copper sphere is going to decrease the temperature by 100 degrees Celsius to that decrease at one constant temperature. So consider that constant temperature is T. Getting? So what is the difference in temperature of copper sphere? 100 to that T. So difference is 100 minus T. Now second is that when it is released in the mass of an 195 degree or 95 gram and temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. Now 20 degrees Celsius starts to increase up to that T. So how should we calculate it? That difference in temperature of water and calorimeter. See, 100 to T, greater minus smaller. So 100 minus T. So now 20 is less and T is greater, because 20 to that T temperature will increase. So T minus 20, that is a difference in the temperature. So concentrate, what is given? Mass of hot object is 100 gram. Specific heat of hot object is 0.1 because it is a copper having specific heat of 0.1. Then change in temperature 100 to T, so greater 100, T smaller, so greater minus smaller, so 100 minus T. Now mass of water is 195 gram. Then specific heat of water is 1. Then difference in the temperature of water, it is 20 to that T. So T is a greater, 20 is a smaller, greater minus smaller, T minus 20. So mass of a calorimeter is 50 gram. Then specific heat of that calorimeter, because it is made up of copper. So copper specific heat will be the calorimeter specific heat, so 0.1. So what is the change in temperature? Now existing temperature is equal to water's temperature, so 20. 22 increase, so greater is T and 20 is smaller, so T minus 20. So see here, what to find? We are going to find this T. So how is the solution? See, solution we are considering now heat loss by hot object, as we have in the formula of heat absorption or heat loss, that is heat lost by the hot object is Q is equal to mass of that hot object into specific heat of that hot object into change in temperature. So 100 into 0.1 into bracket 10 minus T. So 100 into 0.1 we are getting 10 into this bracket. Now who is the gainer? So first gainer is water and second gainer is calorimeter. So here Q1. So Q1 is equal to mass of water into specific heat of water into change in temperature. So M1 into C1 into delta T1. So 195 into 1 into T minus 20. So final answer we are getting 195 into bracket T minus 20. So what about the calorimeter? It is also gainer. So it is Q2. Q2 heat gained by calorimeter. So 50 into 0.1 into this bracket. So we are getting 50 into 0.1, 5. So by the principle of heat exchange, we are getting Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. Q, what is here? 10 into 100 minus T. So what is Q1? Q1 is here 195 into T minus 20 plus we having Q2 here 5 into bracket T minus 20. So what is the result here? So 10 into 100, 1000. 1000 minus 10 T. That is, it is common now. So T minus 20 is common. So in this bracket 195 plus 5. So finally we are reaching here 1000 minus 10T is equal to 200 into T. So 200T. So 200 into 20. So here we are getting here 4000. So as there is an exchange here, 1000 plus 4000 and here 200T plus 10T. Therefore we are getting finally 210T is equal to what we are getting? 500. So what is T here? T is equal to 5000 divided by 210, and answer will be here 23.8 degree Celsius. So the maximum, therefore maximum temperature of water will be, what is the temperature? 23.8 degree Celsius, and that is your final answer. Thank you.